Ah, wah, 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 wah. Yeah, okay. We got through, like, I feel like we got to go through like a lot today, but at the same time, like, it's complex, really. Like, most of the time, it's just like, when you kind of try to listen, what people are saying is like most of the time the argument is kind of like flawed in some ways, like, really, because like a lot of the people are like, yeah, well, you gotta defend like your personal beliefs in the best way possible, but it's like in some ways I feel like no matter what, there's going to be some kind of like in some ways it kind of feels like some movements are taking place to force kind of like an evolution, really. But like when it comes to like cultural evolution, really, is it seems like the answer is always, well, yeah, you kind of open the door for cultural evolution, but like it kind of becomes this kind of deal where it's like, no, suddenly we really don't want things to evolve anymore. We suddenly only really want people to like preserve what we have been used to. And the other side is like, yeah, exactly. So I need to preserve exactly the culture that I'm used to, which I feel like that is like, it's a show. It's like a movement of cultural like preservation from both sides, and it's like none of them are willing to bend and be like, okay, well, it's like either both of them bend so they can actually have some sort of like proper discussion and actually progress the culture forward, or both of them preserve themselves and it just becomes kind of like a constant combat where there's no end to it, because nobody's saying, yeah, I want to talk, or I want to be on like the same ground, or we just want to understand you. It just becomes, no, you gotta respect everything that I am, and therefore that includes me saying, no, because you gotta respect me the best way that I can, and I will definitely respect you. But it's like most of the time when it comes to like a lot of cultures, it just becomes this kind of deal where it's just like, yeah, well, you gotta respect me, right? So respect me by looking up to me, respect me by saying that I'm better than you, respect me by saying by putting me on a pedestal instead of other people, basically. Which is kind of like, it's one of those things where it's exactly what we're happening, where like a lot of people are like losing hope, because a lot of people like kind of like bring up like common topics, which is like, I don't know, like what is it called, like energy. Like people are always talking about the environment and making it like a talking point for further movement within the culture, but like in reality it's just like what we have is just people not believing in anything that people are saying anymore, because at the same time it's just like the internet kind of has caused this kind of like rupture in belief in which what is the most positive look for your region and what is the best for your region. And most of the time the answer is always going to be self-preservation, really. So because that is the deal, most of the time it's like, okay, yeah, self-preservation, sure, that is a movement that is in place. But why is the other motherfucker self-preserving itself so hard that is trying to erase me out of the map, basically? It's like, I feel like that in itself is a problem in particular. Because it's just like in some ways you want to integrate into society, but it's like, okay, well, suddenly I really want to erase you out of the map because you get on the way on me getting involved into this community, and it's like, okay, yeah, but like you're erasing part of the community because of that. And it's like, yeah, I don't care. Well, I want to be the one on top. I want to be the big bitch on top. And if I take some people on the way, then so be it. And that is like, I feel like that is the main problem when it comes to like all of these talking points in particular. Which is like humans being humans, no matter what. It's really that. I mean, there's nothing else to say other than that, really. But yeah, it's like a lot of people are always coming into this kind of talking point that is like people want to go back into normality, but it's like I feel like no matter what, normality is something that is too far to go towards, because specifically a lot of the time people are gonna be trying to push for something new because of the position that they're in at the moment, and it's always going to be like that kind of deal no matter what. And normality kind of like is, I feel like normality is not gonna be something that is gonna be seen anytime soon at the moment, just by the sheer fact that people keep pushing for it. And in particular, it's kind of like this whole like online ID type of bullcrap is exactly the kind of topic that kind of sometimes doesn't really like help the discussion, because like suddenly the forced online ID is an idea that means that you're forced to become a cog in the machine and agree to everything that we're saying, and you do not have any kind of like any kind of talking points when it comes to diplomacy, really. And that kind of like that sucks, really. I feel like no matter which position you're on, it's like you're kind of like have like a proper dinner table, and suddenly a lot of people are like, okay, well, there's no room for diplomacy here. Because you're not part of the table, really. That's really like what a lot of people are saying, essentially, when it comes to like this kind of deal. And it's like, when it comes to online IDs, most of the time what people are saying is like, okay, well, you disagree with something that is very controversial, and because of it, you're out of the diplomacy table because you are too harmful for this talking table. You're too radical to our discussion table, and therefore you cannot participate in this debate. And it's like, okay, well, if the objective and the speeches that are always articulated nowadays is always like, okay, we want the better for the people, and having like a region that actually favors you, it's like, it's a little bit contradicting for you to say that, and then having the region be like, okay, shut up, you're not part of the talking table, even although that you were born here. And it's like, okay, so where's the democracy, really, when it comes to that, really? So yeah, and it's like I kind of like one thing that I kind of noticed when it comes to like a lot of voices when it comes to kind of like this agreeable type of discussion table. It becomes this phrase that came around that is like, let us help you, which kind of like stuck out to me, because it was particularly one of those things that is like, let us help you behave how we want you to behave so we can help you achieve your final objective, which is like, yeah, okay, so what is our final objective? Being agreeable within my talking point, and not being within the talking point of the people who actually care about a specific place. And it's like, okay, well, that's kind of like a lot of the things that is like, okay, yeah, we have to protect the values. We suddenly really have to protect the jewels of the crown. And it's like, okay, yeah, but like you're protecting them. You're not necessarily protecting them. You're kind of like being diplomatic about it and like keeping most of the people outside of the debate table. Well, it's not even debate table, out of the diplomatic table, really. And this is because, like, I feel like no matter what, there's always going to be people saying controversial stuff for the sake of saying controversial stuff, which is it's all like, I kind of get it in one perspective, which is like, okay, the intent is the objective, really. Is like is your intent trying to throw a wrench into the system so everything breaks down? And it's like, if that is the case, well, suddenly people go around and it's like, okay, you're not part of the diplomatic table, you're just trying to ruin things so things don't actually come into like an actual like reasonable table of diplomatic events. And it's like, okay, well, suddenly we have that type of deal as well. So yeah, it's and the thing is, like, a lot of the things when it comes to like these speeches, they always come around with this kind of phrase, which is like, we don't want people to leave people behind. And the reality, most of it is just like, okay, well, you're kind of like already leaving people behind. It's like most of the time, a lot of people have been left behind in the process because they're the ones dealing with all the nasty things that happen out of this table. So it's a little bit contradicting when it comes to this kind of like speech patterns, when it comes to like narrative, because like most of the time it's just like, okay, well, make yourself look good, look the best. So when it comes to like actual discussion, it just becomes like, okay, well, definitely you're not part of the discussion then. So yeah, but yeah, and another talking point that I kind of noticed was just, I feel like most of the time people are kind of talking into blind ears, because as well, as I have mentioned before, we are all kind of born from neoliberalism, which kind of like sold us the idea of being able to like consume any kind of media of any place in the world, and well, kind of like trying to understand other cultures in the process, basically. And it's like, in some ways I feel like that is true, and at the same time it's like, well, we want to interact with a specific kind of the culture, a specific flavor. We do not want this kind of interaction with people in particular, because like, even though the statement is do not be conflicted with people of other cultures, it's like most of the time it's like, yeah, sure, we totally agree with it, but we want to interact with a particular culture that actually favors us, because in our position, what we want is to be favored by a culture that actually listens to our needs in particular. And most of the time it's just like that kind of flaw where it's like, yeah, we want more diversity. But it's like, okay, you have more diversity. Okay, but not this kind of diversity. This is not what I meant. Like when I went onto the internet, this is not what I meant when I said diversity. And a lot of people is like, but you asked for diversity. You asked for this, and this is what we can give you at the moment. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I think that seems to be the case, because a lot of the talking points is like, do not be harmful to other cultures, do not be this, do not be that. And most of the time it's just like the individual purchased into other types of subculture in particular. And when it comes down to it, it's like, okay, yeah, well, so but yeah, purchase into this subculture, but not that subculture. And everyone is unhappy because we thought like we were getting the type of subculture that we so desperately needed, and instead we got conflict of things that we don't want to deal with, essentially. So in short, it really becomes this, I feel like it's just this talking point that is like the line of like conversation code becomes kind of like dysfunctional, just because like a lot of people say like a statement which is, we want more diversity and we want it now, and it's like, yeah, well, this is the diversity that we can give you. And it's like, well, yeah, this is not what I meant by diversity, but yeah, you said that you wanted diversity. Oh, well. And it kind of becomes this kind of like deal where it's like, okay, you bought it, and you kind of have to stick with it, and every flaw with it. And a lot of, like, I feel like no matter what, the talking point of like digital IDs in particular, it kind of became like the talking points on the positives kind of became a little bit stupid, because a lot of the time people are saying, well, it's to defend ourselves from more people approaching, and it's like, you can already do that. You don't need like a digital ID to do that, like in order for you to defend yourself from other people. I feel like that is a thing that you can do no matter what, essentially. It's just that it is being used in order for people to like fear monger them that they need to accept this kind of standard of technology that is like, it's like in some cases you would argue that like this standard of technology is not towards progress, because this kind of technology could have been implemented by the beginning of the internet. It could have been, but like the real reason why it wasn't implemented was because like there was privacy and safety concerns, essentially. And it's like, I feel like that is still, like, as long as we remain human, privacy and safety concerns remain being the part of the standard when it comes to these talking points. These things remain the same. Like the fact that you can get your information stolen by any kind of AI agent become even more concerning, because now AI, like, we can say that there's AI defenses against AI agents that want to steal your information all the time, but at the same time the privacy concern is still there, because no matter what, there's always going to be someone in a particular administration, either it's on the server end, either it's in a regional end, either it's on a cultural end, and it just becomes this kind of like playing games of like, okay, you gotta get over this particular break in the wall in order for you to get your ideas across, and because of it, it's like, okay, well, too tough luck, guy. You don't really have any option. You do not no longer have any option for you to be part of the talking table, because you've been shamed outside of the any talking point that there has ever been, because you had a very naughty wrong idea. And it's like, when it comes to that kind of deal, it's just like, okay, well, like, if you're not respecting my rights, when are you gonna stop and saying, well, my rights don't no longer matter, and the rights of the other guy matter more because he's a little bit more spooky and scary? And it's like suddenly this kind of equality kind of like talking point becomes this kind of scenario where it's just like, oh well, the talking point is no longer there. Like it's a landslide. Nobody's ever like doing anything in favor of you, the individual. It's just groups in particular pushing a specific like brick build, and it's like, okay, well, okay, and the only food that you're gonna get served is it's for the better of the people, basically. It's for the better of you, essentially. It's for your own good. And it's like you keep eating medicine because it's for your own good, and then your livers fail because it was for your own good, essentially. So yeah, I mean, it's like, no matter what, I kind of like every single time that I see an argument for online IDs, I just go, okay, there's gonna be a human being that is going to abuse the hell out of this system. Like, there is going to be someone that is going to abuse the hell out of the system, and is going to justify that they're more human than the other one. Like, it's always going to be like that. It's always going to be the humanitarian type of narrative. But, and this is coming from someone that wants the best for most people, basically. This is coming from someone that wants like a good chance of opportunity for any individual out there in whatever subculture they want to take a foot on, and want to give people the most opportunity within any kind of field of culture that they want to develop in. But it's like, when it comes to that kind of deal, it just kind of becomes this kind of like world where like suddenly you can no longer do that, because even though you're hard-coded to this kind of like satisfying world where you picked up things that you actually enjoyed and nice things that you listen to, suddenly all the bad things happen at the same time, and you're like, okay, well, what do I do? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be super tolerant of anything negative happening? And it's like, not necessarily. It's like, negativity happens, community happens, like any kind of like bad grinding within people happens all the time. But for you to kind of like put this talking point where you kind of like force these like talking points onto another one, it just becomes like, no matter what, it's like, that's no longer diplomacy, that's another thing, essentially. It's like you trying to get a race out of the picture, essentially. So yeah, and it's like, it's the same with every culture, no matter what. It's like, just because you have a losing culture that is introducing themselves into the mix doesn't make them automatically the instant victor of this diplomacy table. Just because they're weaker doesn't make them the winner of the diplomatic table, basically. But it's like, the winner should be the individual should be the winner in every diplomatic table, no matter what. Like, that should be the winner no matter what, because at the end of the day, the individual is the one that is living life in the region that they're living in, essentially, in their house. Like, you're the individual, you're the one that is living in your house, and you're the one that is like supposed to look for your best outcome within your housing system, essentially. So yeah, I mean, yeah, essentially. And even me, considering that I'm kind of like too much of a soft boy for certain things, I kind of like start taking notice that it's like a lot of things don't really make sense, really. And it's like, okay, well, why should I stick to everything that a particular side is saying? And why should I agree to everything that you're saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm an individual, and this individual is noticing bullshit coming from both sides, and decided that this individual really needs to step up, and this individual really needs to put a talking point that is rather distinct, rather than people just having like a stick and just hitting the other guy with this stick itself, basically. and other people like hitting each other with stick and logic and everything, and it's just like, okay, yeah, sure. Like as long as we have like a neutral diplomatic table, that's the best. Like no matter what, I feel, but yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird essentially. It's like. At the end of the day, really, it's just that we are the product of neoliberalism. We are the living image of that. We are hard coded into liberty and freedom, and because of it, most of the time, that means, for the individual, that means so many things, and because of it, it's just I feel like no matter what, it just becomes way more important to have yourself at the diplomacy table rather than actually saying shut up and don't say anything, rather than actually saying the most sensible thing. So yeah, it's like, I say this because like I've seen content creators, I've seen people like always shifting towards a specific kind of talking point most of the time, and it's like most of the time what it really comes down to is the talking point always goes into a particular direction or another. And it's mainly because like they're a result of anger, of outcomes, and because of it, it's just like part of me kind of like detaches the imagery that a lot of these people are like heading towards, and it's like suddenly I really start like trying to understand a little bit better like what is the talking point of a lot of people, while also understanding that there's like a fight within the market itself, like taking place at all times, essentially being like, okay, well, you are like, diplomacy is one thing, but like economic supremacy is another, and because of it, it's just like you kind of have to consider that it's like, okay, well, so what is going to be the end objective for you as an individual, to go towards the hard coding that you are, or are you going to head towards a hard coding that your region is saying because it's economically viable for you, basically, or it's economically viable for a group that is not necessarily you, essentially. So yeah, I mean, really, that kind of becomes that kind of, I feel like it just becomes that talking point, essentially. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, actually. Okay, let me take it like some water. Give me a second, actually. But yeah, it kind of becomes this kind of deal where, yeah, we think that we're all on the same side when we're not, essentially. Like, I feel like we're not on the same side, no matter what. Just by the same fact that economically, we're not supposed to be on the same side. Like, no matter what, there's always going to be one guy that is going to try to sell you corn in a cheaper way, and sometimes he has to stick like the corn label that is like, this corn has been harvested by like by a biological hand and has not been picked up by a robot, essentially. So yeah, I mean, in its own way, I kind of like, that's why I kind of like disclosed all these kind of things a little bit ahead of time, because it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like culture also involves a lot of like personal economy as well in the process. So yeah, I mean, like a lot of talking points really just become, well, what makes the most sense? What is the most human reaction out of the logic that a lot of people are saying? Okay, this. What is the use case of a particular tool? What is the use case of this particular tool? Is it making like humanity's tool usage more dependent and more restrictive over the toolkit that they were able to pick up in the past? If the answer is yes, we're not progressing, we're regressing, actually. So yeah, I mean, it really becomes this kind of like deal where it just becomes like the use case, like as long as the use case scenario does not take a step backwards because you wanted to implement a new technology, like it really doesn't make a lot of sense to kind of become this, to kind of like get all these talking points, because just because that technology exists doesn't mean that you're progressing. Actually, it's like I can go around and invent like a potato peeler that also like softens my hands every single time that I use it. And it's like, do you really, like, why do you need to like a hand softener included in a potato peeler? I was like, no, I don't know, it's just convenient to really like don't ask too much about it. I was like, okay, so you've designed the tool that is a potato peeler, but also is kind of like peeling your own skin on the process. And I was like, dude, it's innovation, it's something new. Because it's something new, it's innovation. Therefore, I'm in the right side of technology, essentially. And it's like, is it? I feel like digital IDs, no matter what, is one of those deals where it's just like, it's a potato peeler with a skin peeler every single time that you grind a potato, like a potato flake or something, every single time that you do that. So yeah, I mean, that's just really it in particular. Just because something is new doesn't really make it innovative. Just because a tool has been marketed in such a pristine way doesn't really mean that it's a tool for your own benefit, really. So yeah, okay, let me get over here. Actually, I'm gonna chill before I actually start the game, essentially. But yeah, I say that because, like, no matter what, like, I feel like people are kind of like on the losing end most of the time with this kind of like argumentation of new implementation of tools. Like, no matter what, it really becomes this anti-consumer, cultural, anti-evolutionist culture, basically. Like it just becomes that. It just becomes this kind of deal, essentially. So okay, I'm gonna go get like a bottle of water or something. Okay, actually be right back. Might as well. Okay, cool. Give me a second. Actually, be right back. Be right back. guess so. But here's also another talking point when it comes to like all this kind of discussion. And it's like, who is the individual who is being socially pressured to move towards this kind of scenario, really? It's like, who is married to the attractive woman that the attractive woman keeps telling them that the world should be in a particular way? Who is the man that is doing that? Who is the woman, actually, who is doing that? It's like multiple people. It's not only one individual. It's just like most of the time it's just human behavior by nature of it that is just like, is there one sad motherfucker who is agreeing to everything that a lot of people say because they got an attractive woman telling them what exactly they want the world to be like? And is it a man that is like saying that and is like, you're the top, or she's the bottom, or she's the top, she's the bottom? It's like, now repeat that like 1,000 times, essentially. Repeat that 1,000 million times. How many people on Earth are there? Like, repeat that so many times. And it's like, and what you get is this kind of like scenario, I feel. So, yeah. Okay, so before I start the game, I really want to go to the bathroom as well. So give me a moment as well. Like, no matter what, it's really difficult to kind of like understand everything that individuals are saying, and most of the time it's just like that takes patience, really. And you're not Superman, you're not going to be everywhere at all times. It becomes exhausting. So yeah, I kind of understand a little bit like why it's really impossible, but I feel like because we as individuals, we kind of like don't have the time for it. A lot of the times it just becomes like an easy solution most of the time. And it's like, if you can have an easy solution to something, for people like accepting conditioning in a particular manner, it's just like, well, that is problem solved, essentially. So yeah, really. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, but yeah. Okay, yeah. So, like, I feel like no matter what, that is like a lot of the problems that we're dealing with, essentially. And yeah, no, another thing that I kind of noticed when it comes to things, when it comes to like patterns, is like, okay, there's always like there's also this kind of like news where it's just like younger society, generation Z, are going under because suddenly they feel like they are powerless, really. And it's like most of the time like most of the time, like a lot of people like come around and they're like, okay, yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense, really, because like the era of the internet, it kind of gave a lot of power to the individual, really, for them to actually buy into anything that they ever wanted, essentially. And when it comes to like this kind of deal, really, like it kind of like it like in some cases I kind of understand why a lot of Zoomers are like hopeless in a lot of cases. Like, I really understand why things are in that way, really, because it's like, okay, well, suddenly a lot of places are taking every single chance that you have of like having any kind of like discussion, and it just becomes, dude, shut up, eat your stupid memes and leave us alone. And it's like, okay, well, that seems to be more commonplace at the moment, really. It's just a lot of the times it's just like, okay, you disagree with the narrative, okay, well, suddenly you're supposed to be on the end of my boot, because that's just really what it is, essentially. It's like, in some cases I kind of like don't kind of like raise the possibility of people just saying things for the sake of like getting ahead and out of themselves, really. It's just like, I feel like that is one thing that a lot of people like, I feel like that is a problem in itself. Like, I have a slight gut feeling that most people don't have this kind of like vision, really. Most people just have the vision of, well, you're supposed to behave in a particular way, and because of it, this is the way that you actually feed yourself, essentially. Like, you have to agree what most people are saying in order for you to survive. And again, it kind of like raises this kind of like individualism type of idea. Okay, the tree. But it's like the biggest problem that I see with this kind of like mentality most of the time now, and I feel like it's going to be very prevalent, is just going to be that AI is kind of like there, right? It's like most of the time, like the solution, like this is my main concern when it comes to like AI becoming the public standard, really. And it's like, is AI becoming the solution of small scale interaction that kind of like treats behavioral health to have like a dosified how do I put it, like a dosified scenario of pleasure where people get like satisfied by small things, and the use case scenario of all this technology is not necessarily for making the people be having a better lifestyle, but it just like like a lot of the people are like, okay, yeah, it's supposed to make your life easier, but to who and to what, and what is the solution most of the time? And it's like, when you actually think about the solution to most people is the social code of being nice to one another, being the one that is like, okay, being nice to another person goes a long way. And it's kind of like this kind of like dosified empathy that makes individuals kind of being complacent with anything that they get told, because they've been put in a hamster box with small seedlings telling them that everything is okay and everything is fine, and that this is for progress and this is for everything. And it's like it's like AI is not being treated as a technology for improve the better quality of people, but like of like life quality, but like it's kind of like it's doing kind of like it's a solution of like small ended kind mental health increasing dosages that doesn't necessarily really change the environment that they're in, but it just changes their mentality to be more positive towards being in a hamster wheel, essentially. So in some ways I kind of like just go around and I'm like, oh, okay, well, so why are people suddenly like, I wonder why more people are complaining that they're like in a hamster wheel when they don't actually move towards anything, and they feel helpless, and they feel like they're lying in bed trying to get jobs that are meaningless, and actually seeing, I mean, it's like a lot of people will say that like the messaging within software itself development is very clear, because software development, a lot of the time there was a season where software development was kind of hard socially coded to be empowering. Basically, it's like, yeah, you are empowered. It was used this kind of like social coding that made people feel more comfortable that they were living in a future that they were like happy to live in, essentially. But it's not necessarily like something good in particular. It really isn't, because at the end of the day, most of the time it's just words that are hard coded within the user's subconscious, and for like giving positive feedback every single time that they see a word that makes them happier, that they're living in the present, basically. So in some ways I kind of like I'm kind of like sitting in a chair, just thinking about all this social coding that has been put into place, and I'm just like, okay, well, how likely is it that people are being treated in this particular manner, um, and they're just given the bare minimum for them to actually not be a pest, essentially. So, so it's like, yeah, like I feel like AI is a solution to that. It's like suddenly AI is a solution for against pests. Really, you're the pest because I'm the rich person and you're the poor person. Therefore, because I'm wealthier, I can deal with pests who are like you, essentially. And the way that I deal with pests who are like you is through social logic, people who already have a built up structure, people who actually have like training in a particular area. Therefore, anything that you say is invalid due to the fact that you're untrained to be part of society and you're not hard coded in the social code that we're all following. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool. Well, suddenly I really don't care a lot of like the empowering words of the bright future, because it's like, okay, this is not a bright future. This is just you basically sweet talking me at the moment. Like this is that you sweet talking me at a given time is not a resolution for a bright future. It's just a temporary solution for a temporary issue. So it's like in some cases I'm kind of like, okay, well, so what? Like what do we become as people? Do we become permanent issues? And it, like, in some ways I feel like ironically that might be the case, because realistically speaking, AI, what is AI doing? What is the use case of AI at the moment? The use case of AI is essentially being a agent that becomes the intermediary between the customer and the product, right? Okay, but what if suddenly the product becomes something else? What if suddenly the product becomes most people being under control? What do you mean by that? Like, what? Okay, so instead of having social coding, micromanaging the amount of dopamine that is given to you in a particular instance, why not instead just make everyone an issue that doesn't necessarily need to be solved, but creates necessity for the end user for them to actually be constantly being attended by. And suddenly, like, all this kind of technology kind of becomes meaningless, because the use case scenario of AI agents is specifically to like be like a temporary solution for reasoning with another individual, when it's not necessarily like a solution, like an end solution to their quality of life. And it's like a lot of the times when it comes to AI, a lot of wealthy people nowadays, what they say is, I'm offering to a specific region, like what they say in specific region is, I'm offering you a temporary solution. I'm offering you a solution to your problem of people management. And in order for you to manage your people the best way possible is for you to give the most technologically trained mechanism that can deal and engage in a conversation with the individual, and that in itself diffuses their concerns because it the AI has reasoned with the individual, trying to give it solutions at a particular time. And it's like, in its own way, like AI agents and all this AI nonsense, it kind of becomes this kind of like scenario where it's just like, okay, well, suddenly, um, maybe like the problem is not like, maybe what people need to realize is that AI in particular is not a solution, basically. Like AI agents, AI chatbots, they're not the solution to things, basically. Like, I feel like it just becomes this kind of deal where like most of the population need to realize that AI agents are not the solution to reason, basically, because by the sheer existence of AI agents existing, it's unreasonable to assume that it's for the common good, when it essentially, it's like AI agents are a people diffuser, essentially. So it doesn't really offer a solution in particular. Like, it doesn't offer like an economic solution for individuals, really. It doesn't offer a social solution for individuals who want to engage with more people. The only thing that AI agents do is diffuse an individual at a particular given time. So in its own way, it's kind of like technology, like all this kind of like technology speech kind of bullshit becomes very clear that it's that a lot of like data centers are being built to manage all this, to have the most people management, essentially, but without actually offering an then solution to most people, which is giving them purpose in life, essentially. And a lot of the times, a lot of companies will say, well, that's not our job. Our job is not for you to find like personal, like a personal like objective. That is not our goal in particular. Like, we can offer you all the tools that you want, but it's not our goal. And this is coming from the ship that is like handing out all these small people diffusers in particular. So it's not a solution. It's like, is it a solution? Are AI agents a solution to things? And it's like, no, it's just for an entrepreneur that sees people complaining, it's a solution. But is it a solution to the end user who uses a platform more often than not? And it's like, it's not really a solution, actually. Like, it really isn't a solution to their necessities in particular. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, it's just essentially that type of deal. But yeah, it's like suddenly all this speech about social intelligence and bullcrap is just like, okay, yeah, sure. But are you going to implement a like an actual solution rather than actually implementing people diffusers? And it's like, most of the IT guys will say, no, like, my job is essentially done here. Like, dude, I've diffused like millions of people at this point. I mean, I've emancipated millions of people at this point. My job here is done. Like I don't care what people actually do with this, because I've already had a system that I can actually emancipate people in a particular way that favors me. So it's like, okay, well, okay, smart guy, what are you gonna do? Like, like I programmed everything to be in my favor. Like what else are you gonna do? So yeah, essentially. Like in some cases, like I feel like creating more necessities kind of like become the game at a particular given point, essentially. Like creating necessities that don't necessarily need like hard-ass technology in particular. Because like the answer to that is always going to be AI. It's like, do you need like a solution to this particular issue? Okay, AI exists. A particular AI agent has been trained to handle and defuse people in the most logical of ways possible. Like you're not gonna have, like that is your solution. That is the answer. Like so the solution for you, essentially. Okay. I know where it is, though. Yeah. Okay, but this just occurred to me, actually. It's just like most of the time nowadays, like solutions of logic are no longer something that you actually need to take care of anymore, because no matter what, AI will basically program itself to go against your personal or beliefs already and try to solve you as a puzzle essentially, and be like, and to give you the most amount of dopamine in a particular given time. So in some ways I kind of like started believing that it's just like, okay, well, why on earth is it like, what is going to be the solution after AI takes everything basically and makes people feel even further useless within life because not even their own logic can help them anymore. And it's like, yeah, I mean, suddenly like this kind of like dialogue about like human necessities become like the market of human necessities become a little bit more prevalent rather than logic, basically. So it's like a lot of the time you would say like, dude, but like, are you saying that because AI can solve every single bit of our logic, then suddenly we really don't need to like have logic ourselves? And it's like, no, not really what I'm saying, but it's just that in particular, like the logical input of something, it really has like logic ironically has lost value by default, but human logic has gained way more value. What do I mean by human logic? It's essentially talking points that kind of like relate more to humans rather than actually cold stated facts about logic. So what is a human fact? What hits the most for people? It's like, okay, online ID cards. What is the most human response out of that? You're gonna get manipulated into more extreme talking points. Sure, like that is going to be the human response, and the human logic. Like suddenly, human logic becomes like, I feel like we're in that spot in particular where human logic becomes more valuable just by default. So God damn it. But yeah, in a way, like ironically, it just becomes this kind of deal where like human human hunger, thirst, and sexuality just becomes the talking point rather than logic itself, really. No matter what, it's just going to be one of those talking points now. Moving forward. Like... It's like essentially it really becomes that, like a lot of like human reasoning when it comes to like speeches, it just like suddenly it really becomes like nothing essentially. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, yeah. Like suddenly it's like I feel like no matter what, we're on that spot where humanity kind of like doesn't make most sense at the moment, really. Like all these logical talking points are meaningless, no matter what. No matter what anyone says, the logical talking points are out of the window, essentially. Okay, this is 4. One. Okay, wait, that is 8. 1, 2, 9. Temple key acquired. Okay, cool. and I don't have any healing. Great. Yeah. But it's just like most of the time what it really comes down to, like, end solutions, really. Like the toolkits that we have at the moment, most of the time the what people are arguing nowadays is just cloud computing. So it becomes a toolkit of every individual out there. Okay, but like suddenly your computer is meaningless, and suddenly everyone wants you to force a cloud computer so you can actually like be under their control, essentially, which is like, again, it's like no matter what, when it comes to like end solutions, to like software solutions or like social solutions, it's mostly like smooth talking people into submission, which is like, again, it's like from our very core, most of the time, I mean, from the very base of how we are as human beings, really, whenever you try to seduce a woman, you basically kind of do that. You sweet talk yourself into a solution, which is your sexuality in some degree, basically. So it's in its own way, like, kind of like, most of the time when it comes to like all these people who are offering a solution to everything, it's just like, technically speaking, they all are offering a solution. It's just like kind of like how I just watched a video about like some presentation about people saying that, yeah, we all want positive things happening for the region. It's just that you're choosing between the end, like the method in which we're actually going to achieve this end goal, essentially. So is the, if a digital ID is the solution, it's a solution that is like, I mean, it's a stupid solution. It's like more of a, it's more expensive. This stew suddenly, like the soup suddenly has become more expensive than the noodles, essentially. So, or should I say the meatball? Like the meat, like suddenly the soup is more expensive than the meatball. I was like, okay, well, if that is the case, then what are you doing, basically, right? Like, you're like your solution to everything is emancipating people into consuming only things that agree with them, with the region that you're in, and goes against the hard coding that they may be part of, which is like, oh well, I don't know. It's like suddenly, like I really disagree with a lot of things that people say. Like suddenly, I kind of like understand, and suddenly I see like online IDs like a huge threat against any kind of individual freedom. So. I just noticed the game is way too fucking loud. Okay. And it's like, I have it on the minimum volume, which is like insane. But it's just kind of like this kind of deal where, like no matter what, Like, no matter what, personal freedoms can become, if people try to threaten personal freedoms, it's always going to backfire no matter what. It's just that the human cycle kind of like suggests already that it's going to be abused in the worst possible way, essentially, like just by human nature. And it's like a lot of people use logic to get into that end goal, but it's like it's not using human logic, essentially. It's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like that should be the end message, in which I kind of like want to finalize all this rambling that I'm going about. That is like the end solution. Like, logic is the solution to everything. Human logic is cyclical, right? Human logic means hunger, means sexuality, means thirst. Why don't you actually try to solve the most human of problems with the most human of logic, essentially? Like, I feel like that in its own way, it's going to be more like better than actually having structures that already can solve you within your own logic. And the human logic cannot be solved by an AI, no matter what. It's the one thing that AI cannot do, essentially. Like, people can make art over how hungry they are over something. It's like people can make art over how much they desire something. And that is art, essentially. That is literally the core of art. And that is the most human logic that there is, essentially. It's the same thing with every single human out there. The human logic suggests thirst, sexuality, and hunger. So why not try to approach every sensible topic with beyond what logic has to offer, but also think of it with human logic? And once you introduce human logic, a lot of things just make sense, essentially. AI can solve any of those things. Okay, motherfucker, why the fuck is every data server being using drinking water, potential drinking water? It's been using potential like motherfucking resources, energy. Like, why is it using? Like, can I stick my USB stick inside of a server room? Can I? I could. Is it pleasant? No. Okay. Therefore, there you go. So yeah, it's like essentially that, and it's like I cannot eat a data center. I cannot drink a data center. I cannot screw. I mean, I can try to screw a data center, but like essentially, it's just not gonna be pleasant now, is it? So. God, cool. Okay, cool. Flashbang. Okay, cool. Okay. Wizard power acquired. You have acquired the special attack. Check your inventory and weapon menu and equip this ability. Okay. Wizard's power. Okay, but like what does it do actually? Okay, cool. Oh wait, what did I do? Fuck. Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Titavunno jo toksobo, skalumnikta hatoksia valike tilumilektikelje. Havalkitakskumnok batel kumskerem. Liuniskan tamakskintu toksi valsbashika.
Okay, yeah, cool, whatever.
Havalkitakskumnok.
Okay, sure. So the dwellers, essentially. Okay, do I have enough money, actually? Do I have enough money to actually get some money going? 1 of 5 back 10 pieces. Prisoner saved 2 of 8. Dweller's Temple, Wizard's Temple. Big Head's Temple. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay, I have coins, I think. Wait. Yeah. So I guess I can level up now. I'm guessing that is the thing. Okay, not this. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, the healer's house. Okay, so shin pads, weapon. Upgraded weapon, cool. Okay. Okay, so now I got a better weapon, cool. Right. Wait, is it the same place, actually? Okay, I was here before, but I didn't understand what to do. Okay, great. Like, what do I do in this scenario? Actually, it's like I fought the bosses here, but like suddenly I cannot do anything. Like, do I just get like a way better weapon and come back? Or is that stuck in some way or the other? Yeah, I don't get it, to be honest. It's like there's a lever right there, but like, how do I get it? Okay, fuck. I did not mean to press that. Okay, cool. So yeah. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's see what we can get out of this place. Okay. Oh, give me a second, actually. Be right back. We're back. Okay, we're back. Cool. There we go. Yeah. Okay, it's got like an interesting vibe, I guess. Okay, to test your courage. Okay, cool. Oh, what? Okay, cool. I was about to be like, oh wait, suddenly platforms appeared on the other side. But yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, dude, I feel like this game developer could have emphasized so much on this kind of scenarios, really. It's like, okay, it's a time, like a motherfucking timed, like kind of like a time attack kind of thing. Like I feel like this is such a cool idea that I feel it could have been the staple of the game. Like really. Okay. I was like, okay, some part of me like thinks that I've seen that enemy like somewhere before. Like I have a feeling that I've seen it somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where. What is it called? Like, I feel like I've seen, like, for some reason it gives me Franbo, like, what's it called? Like, kind of vibes for some reason. Like, I've never played Franbo, but it's like, kind of like on the same style a little bit. Okay, cool. Like, I feel like it could have used a little bit more drama in order for it to drive the gameplay a little bit further. Like, the concept is fine. It's just, it just lacks a little bit of more extra. Like, really. Okay, well, that was easy. What is this? Okay. One. Okay, wait. Wait, I think that's 0, right? I think that is supposed to be 0. Okay, wait. Okay, 0. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I don't know. Is that supposed to be 0? I don't remember my motherfucking traditional counters, by the way. Okay, once again. Okay. Okay, interesting. I have a feeling that it's gonna be this one. Nope! Actually, I was wrong. Cool. Okay, so it's gonna be this one and this one. Cool. Okay, cool. What was that loud sound? What was that? Actually. What was that supposed to mean? Oh, crap. Oh my fucking god. Cool. Jeez. Thanks. Oh god. Cool. Cool. Yeah, what is that sound even? But yeah, yeah. Okay, wait. What is here? What is that supposed to be? Yeah. Okay. I guess like giving a little bit of your HP to liberate a prisoner is like sounds like an interesting concept, I guess. Oh my fucking... Okay, cool. Oh my god! Okay, cool. Okay, great. Jeez, okay, great. Okay, wait, do I have to do this again? Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, no, it's liberated. Okay, cool. The music is a little bit chill, I guess. It's like, in some ways I feel like it's too chill, but it doesn't necessarily need to be, actually. Yeah, it can be like, yeah, cool, whatever. It's... like, it can actually be a selling point, definitely. Okay, fuck. Yeah, like, having, like, sort of, like, chill music in its own way as combat, it can be like a little bit of a brand, I feel. And I mean, part of me, like, it's a firm believer that most of the time when it comes to like game development, I feel like music matters way more than people think, actually. I feel like music and art, like, mechanics don't, like, they matter, but like when it comes to like an experience, really what you're looking for most of the time is like giving a good first impression, having like a good follow-up, in the vibe that you're actually going for. Oh my fucking god. Okay. How am I supposed to climb there without getting spiked? Okay, cool. Oh my fucking god. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, there is something down here. Okay, there is something down there, but I think I want to see what is up here before. Okay, so it did matter. Cool. Cool. But yeah, dude, this game gives me like a whole lot of browser game vibes. It really fucking does. It's like, I mean, like I guess in some ways, like in order for me to like kind of like accept this game a little bit more, was kind of to like mentalize myself that it kind of like it kind of reminds me of those days in particular, which is like, I mean, yeah, sure. Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. Okay, but suddenly like the level design is weird a little bit. I will say that. I will definitely say that. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. Great. Oh my fucking God. Another one. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm also like starting to see a little bit of a pattern when it comes to like level design. It's variation might be like a little bit more useful, I feel. Like, it looks cool and dandy, but like after a while it's like, okay, it's kind of like the same actually. I mean, the vibe is different, but kind of like the concept of level design is kind of the same. And I feel like because of it, it's kind of becomes like way more important for a level design to kind of like implement new mechanics instead of giving them all at once, basically. Oh my fucking god, cool. What? Was that a one-shot kill? Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Why is my HP so low? Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Move. Is that supposed to be a rat with earrings? What? Oh my fucking... Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, cool. Go. Okay, cool. But it's like, I'm a little bit amazed by the fact that the game decided to sell its first impression in such a like, I feel like this is what pisses me off mostly about this game in particular, is that the game itself had such a potential to have like a great big first impression, and it's like, it kind of like introduces it with like motherfucking like dirt huts, and it's like, I feel like there's a better way to make dirt huts, essentially. Like, I feel like there is a better way for you to actually design it and have it like be a little bit more lively, rather than actually having like a bunch of like NPCs and just be like, oh yeah, this is society. It's like, what it could have done essentially is just have like a bunch of cornfield. I mean, yeah, welcome to the cornfields, motherfucker. But yeah, I could have done that. Like, essentially, could have just literally done that, where essentially it's just like, okay, yeah, well, you can like have like a little bit of more of a cinematic kind of introduction, rather than actually having like just have dirt huts, or like have like a little bit more moving parts in the background, so it actually feels a little bit more lively whenever you move around. Like, it could have been something, actually. It could have left a better impression, in my honest opinion. Just a teeny tiny bit. Yeah. That's the only thing that pisses me off. Okay, what? Okay, yeah, whenever he does that attack, it attacks backwards as well. Like, it really does. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Okay, but yeah, another thing that is pissing me off about the design is like, there's no skip button. Oh, fuck. Dude, this is like the most Mexican game ever. It lowballs it on first impression. You call yourself motherfucking third world. You put like edgy motherfucking like lighting bullshit, and then it's like, yeah, put a bunch of like motherfucking like Aztec warriors or whatever the fuck. It's like, yeah, this is the most Mexican thing ever. Literally, just lowball it. Lowball it. People will actually appreciate it, probably. Not really, but like, yeah. But it's like, okay, like some of the parts actually do feel like they were made by actual people. But yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's like unfortunate that it came out like around the age where AI is very prevalent. Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. Come on! Hey, you fucking rats warrior, I'm gonna cheese you out. Yeah. I'm gonna cheese you the fuck out. Motherfucker. Wow. Okay. Fuck. Motherfucker. Okay, cool. Oh. Yeah, just say your line. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh my fuck. Okay, cool. God damn it! Move on! Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh yeah, you wanna hear one thing that also pissed me off? The motherfucking soccer bullshit that was on a motherfucking football format, and it looks like AI slop. I hate it. Oh, I hate it with a passion. I want to piss inside of my eyeballs and call it like enhancement virtual reality. Sure. You want we don't have virtual reality at home. Virtual reality at home. You with a bunch of piss glasses seeing yellow everywhere. Yeah. Okay, I feel like that is the sweet spot. I have no harballs. Cool. Cool. No, that is awesome, actually. God damn it! Okay. Oh my. Okay, cool. Okay, what is this? Okay, what is LB even? Okay, let me try LB. What is this? Wait, I can boomerang this guy. I just realized. Oh. Suddenly I kind of realized that there's way more toolkits that I can use actually. Wait. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Why am I so bad at video games? Oh fuck. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, great. Suddenly I really want to lick my own eyeballs. Wow. Is this the part where I actually memorize everything just because it sounds cool? cool. There we go. I cheesed it. I cheesed the rat. Wow. Good job, Grim. You cheesed the rat. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I opened this. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh my, okay, great. Great. Okay, wait. Okay, cool. Okay, bam, 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 bam. Cool. Okay, continue. Moving forward. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. I love it. I love it. But yeah, dude, I got literally nothing at the moment. Brain empty. You would have actually thought that brain empty is the condition that we're in. Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. Okay, wait. That's not the route that I was going for. Okay. God damn it. Every single time. Okay, just take me, actually. Take me. Take me. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Cool. Okay, how did I not get damaged there? That is surprising right there. Oh my... Fuck. Okay, cool. Okay. Doorway's activated. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we got 2 of them. Cool. Okay, great. Dude, you know what it could have been awesome actually is like I see the frame rate of like the specific death animation to be like that. It would have been, I feel like it could have been a style, like a very stylized thing to do, but it could have been a cool idea where like a specific frame rate gets put with the characters and it's just like they're kind of like moving like they're in a painting or something. It kind of is like that, but I feel like it could have been like a little bit more accentuated. Like I feel like it could have been so much more actually, because like what I'm seeing is a cool concept. It's like I'm seeing a cool concept, just executed a little bit on the like weirdly, I feel sometimes in some parts. Oh, hello. It's like it's even worse because like I can see characters being hand drawn with the motherfucking Goku hair of all things, and I'm like, okay, well. Okay, wait. So I went there, but I can go over there. Okay, wait. Hold on a second. Here. No, not here. Here. Okay, great. It's this, right? Okay, cool. So do we have everything? I think I do. Oh shit! I almost died for no reason. Okay, there we go. I still died for no reason. Okay. Okay, cool. Here. Bump. Bump. Okay. Great. Okay, what is this blue flame all about? Have I passed through there? I think I might have. Oh, it's a save point. Okay, so 5, 3, 0, 6. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, cool. What is this? Oh my fucking god, what an uncle! Literally, holy deity, more like my fat uncle decided to actually come inside of the game and become a playable menace. Wow. Okay, cool. what is this supposed to do? Oh my. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Oh my god. Okay, what does this mean, actually? What does that do for me, actually? Okay, it kind of covers me a little bit. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's okay, the boss is interesting, kind of. It's an interesting concept, I feel. Yes, like suddenly I really enjoyed this game, actually. Suddenly I kind of enjoy it. It's just like I had like the impressions that I got out of like a lot of things kind of like took a little bit out of the experience, but it's not bad actually. Like the game feels good. It's not necessarily too fucking bad. Like the art kind of like has some intent. in some ways. I don't know if it's like if it's made by a human being, but like in some parts it kind of feels like it is. Like and if I'm wrong, well, fuck me, I guess, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there are some. Oh my fucking god, cool. Okay, great. Come on. Okay, come on. Okay, this boss does actually feel like it's well designed. I kind of like it, actually. I like it. Like, it's got vulnerability, it's got like these kind of things that show up. You can still hit it, but you got better chances of hitting it. It's great, actually. I really enjoy that. He's gonna appear over here. Although I will say that, okay, maybe the only thing that it's not greatly designed is that, like, this kind of like orange, well, the red snippet thing. Okay, cool. But I like this actually. I like it. Okay. Nice aim. Just motherfucking take me, dude. Take me. Okay, cool. That seems to be the sweet spot. Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. Just ratting. We're literally just ratting around. Holy shit. actually just running around. Okay, cool. Oh my fucking god. Okay, cool. Okay. Flashbang again. Okay, cool. Miner's power acquired. You have acquired a new special attack. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, interesting. Okay, so what do I do with the dwellers? Because there's like a wall on top of it, and it's like, okay, well, what do I do about that one? But okay, yeah, a break time, a little bit of a break time. It's like the game itself doesn't really like I feel like there are some useless parts of the game that doesn't necessarily need to be there. Yeah, it's like okay, a little bit of a rest, but I feel like the game itself could have personalized way more on these kind of like boss like the bosses itself. Like for example, this boss in particular was exciting to fight, and the stages before that, you can say that it's a little bit of a maze, and you're supposed to like, okay, swim around and just be like, okay, what am I doing? But it's like the concept of the game itself is not bad. Like the branding is not necessarily too bad, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's definitely made by a, like I want to say specifically is like it's definitely made by AI in some aspect, and the author then suddenly decided to add a little bit of like what's it called, some drawings in particular, so it kind of looks like personally made. But it's like it's mainly because like there's so much art inconsistency in like the beginning and on here. It's like it's too polished on some bits, and on other bits it's like, okay, well, it's not too polished, it's like fine. Which it's like in some cases I feel like the game could have just catered to like smaller parts, like kind of focus on this kind of gameplay mechanic and personalize those scenarios a little bit more, rather than actually seeing like using like a lot of like these concepts of an early village and everything. Because sure, you can make it like a beginner stage and everything, but like it didn't sell it to me. Like the beginning didn't really sell it to me. Like at the moment, the branding that I'm really liking is like the temples kind of like themselves. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like on that side specifically. Yeah. Okay, so okay, level 2. Okay, diamond doors. Cool. Okay, how about now? Why? What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, like what? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I really don't understand, actually. Because it's like, okay, the blade can penetrate through stone doors. Okay, or... Cool. But now what? Okay, cool. It's like, it feels like I'm supposed to pull that lever, but how? Okay, why is there like a small square right there? Like, yeah, there's like a small square over there. Like, I would assume that is like, okay, break this thing so I can actually like progress. But like, what is exactly happening here? And it's like, it's the beginner stage. Like, of all things, it's like all the other stages were more simple, but like suddenly this thing is like, yeah, no, you kind of have to do something else. Huh? Which kind of led me to believe that it's like, oh no, I'm supposed to clear other stages first, right? Nope, cleared it, but suddenly I don't know where to go. So, okay, a clue time. I'm gonna Google it. Fuck it. If there's like a route that I can actually do towards this, I'm a little bit clueless in particular. But yeah. But yeah, it's like in particular, it really becomes okay, wait. Bleeding deities. What is it? What is the thing called? Continue. Dwellers tribe. Okay, dwellers. Dwellers try. Okay. Tribe. Bleeding. Deities. Uh. Okay. Uh. Walk through. Okay. Okay, let me see like who actually like wrote like how do you get through this? Okay. I see someone who got through this. Okay, they passed this and the gate is open. Why? How? How did that happen? Okay, he defeated it, right? Okay, yeah, sure. Dude, he has like the path is clear for the other guy for the other guy. Why is my path not cleared? Am I doing something wrong? What am I doing exactly? Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay, so it was that. Oh. So yeah, it did occur to me, but I was like, no, there's no way, right? The first stage, you do not do that on the first stage, right? Yes, actually, you fucking do. Wow. Motherfucker. Okay, awesome. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought about it. Like, okay, that wall looks oddly strange. Dashes towards it, nothing happens. Okay, no, you're supposed to crawl a little bit. And it's like, oh, well, oh, okay. Yeah, no, cool. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, another one of these. Okay, cool. Sure. What? What? Oh, Okay, I get it. Okay. Ah. Okay. What the fuck is that? Okay, great. Okay, great. Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this motherfucking tomorrow. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Fuck. Okay, let's just move. Let's just move on, shall we? Let's just motherfucking move on. Yes. Exit. Yes. Cool. Okay, so yeah, in general, like. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's just most of the time when it comes to like game design in particular, it's like for some reason I started liking the game design, but part of me is like, motherfucker, this was not made by a human being, definitely not. Like, this is way too complex for it to be made by a human being. Like, there are things that are too simply made that it kind of makes me question. And it's just like, okay, yeah, there are definitely bits that actually feel like they were made by people, but it's like there are some bits that don't. And it's like, it's because like it's too polished on some sides and it's like too unpolished on some others. So it kind of like makes me question a little bit, like where exactly was the game direction that you have like kind of like the same thing but like changed a little bit. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty decent in the ambience and the music. It's not necessarily like something to write home about, but it does get the job done when it comes to ambience. And it's like the mood in itself is like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can totally sell it like that specifically. Like, it's not bad, actually. It's not bad. But it's just like one of those things where it's just like, yeah. But yeah, mechanically, like the more that I played it, the more enjoyable it became. Definitely. It's just the design still bothers me a little bit. The design choices really bother me a little bit. Like I feel like there could have been a better way to design the earlier stages. I feel like there was a better way to design it. So yeah, specifically. Okay, tomorrow. What are we gonna do tomorrow? I want to play this game a little bit more, but I don't know. Actually, I might play this game tomorrow, and then Terraria the next day. Most likely, I'll give it a go. And yeah. But yeah, it's just like most of my talking topics, they're like mostly about like they're generalized, and it's like at the like I would be like, okay, the UK and everything, but like if I could just shut up about everything that it comes to like that kind of thing, that when it comes to software and so on. But it's just like I feel like this, like a lot of like these regions are starting to make so many stupid decisions that it kind of makes me question, like specifically, like what is the case use in this scenario? Because like there is some valid case use for them, but it's just like the more that I kind of like try to read into it, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, but what about this? What about this use case scenario? And it's like, okay, yeah, suddenly everything becomes ugly, and it's like you have better tools for the job, basically. Like you have better tools for the job than what you're stating, and suddenly it's just like, okay, yeah, well, everyone needs to like get a like an online ID for working, and it's like, technically speaking, if you need to work, you do need a debit card, because you get paid through there, essentially. Like, so the logic in itself, it's still kind of really contradictory. It's just another ID, but it's just like the fact that it's attached to you, to your browsing history and your browsing ideas and everything. So it's like yeah, invasion of privacy much. It's like the solution, like the issue suddenly becomes, no, we need to keep everyone more safe by monitoring everyone like they're babies. And it's like, I don't feel like you need to do that specifically. I really don't. It's like, I really don't think that you need to do that specifically. But yeah, it's like really motherfucking like it just gets exhausting, really. Like exhausting the whole use case scenario that they're like putting is something that it has already a solution within their system, and it's like, no, you don't get it. It's a solution to your problem, and it's like, no, it isn't. There's already a solution to that, and and you're not supposed to say what the solution is. Like, that's your deal, essentially. Which is like, okay, yeah, well, what do I tell you, dude? What the fuck do I tell you? It's like, okay, it's not for safety, it's not for this, it's for that. It's not for that. It's for you to manipulate, to hard code people into a different type of perspective. And it's like, in some cases, I feel like, yeah, maybe there are some good use cases in which you can hard code people, but like, I don't think that the use cases that they've been used to get a diplomatic approach are being used in the diplomatic approach, but rather in a rather uncomfortable, like, kind of like, I'm supposed to monitor you at all times type of deal, which is just like anything that you do. And it's like, technically speaking, they can do that, but it's just like, it's like, for an employer to be able to potentially see that, or like anything, it just, it just opens like a huge can of worms, dude, that is just like, yeah, it's like suddenly more people can see what you're doing online, anything that you do online, and it's like, okay, well, I don't think there's like my neighbor needs to know that my potential employer or potential social interaction that I have with another person, they don't really need to know that I get off to Brazilian cake. Like, really, like, I feel like that's not something that we really need to delve onto. But like, I really don't understand if people don't go against it. I don't know. I really don't know what they're supposed to be doing, really, like, because it's just creepy. It doesn't really makes you it doesn't make you feel comfortable. It doesn't make you feel happy. It just makes you double question everything that you do every time. I was like, okay, well, what exactly do I take from that? Literally. Like, literally. Like, suddenly I'm like, okay, well, what do I like? I wished that I didn't have to talk about bullshit like this. Like, I really wished that I didn't have to talk about bullshit like this. But it's like they just keep pushing and motherfucking pushing for it. It's like, why you motherfuckers keep pushing for that? For less privacy for people. Why the motherfuckers keep saying that you're supposed to be like hardcoding into these products that don't really benefit you in any way possible? Like, they don't really make you happy, they don't really help you, they don't really give you a place in the world, they don't really do anything. The only thing that it does is essentially just make you paranoid over, like, that you're in high school again. Like, basically, you're in a fucking arena at all times. Now suddenly, you need to be in an arena at all times, even when you're laying in bed, because that's the only fucking way that you can actually substand in this world. And it's like, again, it's like the language and the talking points that are shown are very obviously like on that side of the field, like, essentially. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's like, I wished that this motherfucker didn't have to talk about it. I motherfucking wished that I didn't. But like, here we are. We are motherfuckers that are ending up in this kind of like more ways for people with huge advantages to take more advantage of people, which is like, I don't know, like, I don't know, it seems stupid, and it's just like you're opening another can of worms, essentially. So yeah, really, like, legitimately, it's so annoying. It's so motherfucking annoying. But yeah, okay, tomorrow, Bleeding Deities. Most likely that's gonna be the scenario, basically. Most likely I will play that. Because I actually suddenly got like an enjoyment out of it. But yeah, it's like I low-key wish that there were more developers that kind of did that thing where, like, they don't necessarily need to stick to too much cultural value, but it's like, okay, it's culturally inspired by this, and it's like, oh, actually that's pretty cool. Actually, it's like you can actually count it as like cultural evolution when it's on the way, because it doesn't become like to be as authentic as possible, but it rather becomes like a part of culture that you keep building onto, essentially. It's like it's not necessarily disrespectful, but it's like, okay, you keep building into it, and it just makes the culture more precious, and it becomes something more of a motherfucking, like, okay, you got an evolution of it. you got progress on it, and it might help other people to kind of understand what the origins of the main talking topic is, because like specifically it's just better that way. Like it just becomes more of a conversation starter, or you towards another individual and be like, okay, did you check this new game out? It's kind of cool, or it's kind of shit because it's made by AI. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'll check it out. Does it play good? Yeah, totally. But like it got these issues, and it's just like, it smells like motherfucking self-loathing Mexican. It smells like a motherfucking self-loathing Mexican that kind of fucking hates it, but like at the same time it's like, okay, I kind of like it, but like I kind of have to do something about it. And it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like, I don't know, like I don't know what to tell you. Are you supposed to like feel a little bit better about yourself that something is being done? Maybe, but like, I don't know specifically. Yeah, maybe. I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow 4:30 p.m. CST. Check it out. Check it before you wreck it. I'm gonna go piss inside of a bottle so I can actually feel like a competent individual, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna piss inside of a bottle so I can feel like a gamer. Yeah, totally. Yes. Fuck. Okay, cool. Whatever. I'll see you then. Have a good one. Have a good night. Goodbye.